Hey there YouTube, Crit here, back in with another episode of Let's Play Monster Hunter Generations. I think we're looking at episode 13 now. So, I finally have, between episodes, got the Bullgerm Greaves, and thrown an attack jewel in there to get attack +4. So now we have attack up large, which gives us 20 more attack on our sword and shield. So we're on 120 instead of 100. Now let's get on with some... get on with some quests. Let's do a Royal Ludroth. But first, I need to actually buy potions, I've just remembered. So, I was looking around, seeing if my opinion on Bullgerm was actually correct, and it seems, or well, shared by other people. And it seems like the general consensus about Bullgerm is that he's kind of taken that spot as the early monster that needs to deal loads of damage to new players so that they think the game's hard. So, saddens me that they didn't just bring Ludroth back, because for a new player or for someone new to the monster, he's actually fairly challenging. But between everything Bullgerm has that is kind of unavoidable, it just seems like they wanted him to do a load of damage to new players so that they would think that the game was hard, and it would probably kill them if they didn't bring their own potions. But that just seems to be a common opinion, not necessarily what they intended, just kind of what's happened. Okay, so been a while since I fought Royal Ludroth, but I'm imagining he's going to be spawning up in Area 7. Okay, so I'll get straight up to Area 7. If he's not there, I'll go to 6. So Royal Ludroth here is actually a monster that I've mostly enjoyed throughout the times I fought him. Even underwater, he was fairly enjoyable. Is there no intro? Man, Capcom, you're slacking. I've also tried to practice my timing a little bit with round force, but I don't know. It seems like against certain monsters where it's super predictable, you'll be able to use it a lot. Against others where they have shared animations, or it's not always 100% the time from the start of the animation to when they actually attack, then it's going to be harder to use, which, I don't know, someone who even just read the ability probably could have told you that. Ah, damn it. Why do I need to sneeze in the middle of a boss fight? I was trying to use round force there to avoid that attack, but I got myself stuck in another combo, so I wasn't able to use it. He does this 3 times, so after the third you can go in and get hits in. That's gonna take me so long to actually start aiming that at monsters' faces. Come on, do the third one. Whoa. Oh, he was going for a cat. That was weird. I could have tried to use round force there. I was thinking I might have been able to roll to the tail, but I hit his body, so I didn't travel as far as I thought I would. Okay, he looks to be swapping areas, so we'll just heal up and chase him. I'm doing quite a bit of damage to him. I can tell just based on how quick my abilities are recharging. I was hoping that would be a area strike. Oh wow, yeah. The range on sword and shield isn't very long, so. For those that don't know, you can press X and A towards a ledge, and you will do like a climb attack. Damn, I actually missed the attack because I broke his sponge with the first strike. To be honest, I could have seen that coming because I had done quite a lot of hits on the sponge. Yeah, they haven't really changed Ludroth that much, but then again, there wasn't much about him that needed change. He's got a pretty good moveset. He's pretty... I'd say he's a pretty fun fight. I think that is the only time I'm ever going to use this well on camera for the next like 50 episodes or so. And there we go, tails off. I'm pretty sure his face is not quite broken. Ow, weapon power's decreased again. I really need to sharpen. Actually, I need to do quite a little bit, so I got to sharpen. I'm gonna get hit for this. Yeah, I would have had time for it, but he's in rage mode, so he's recovering from all his attacks much quicker. Okay, I'll carve his tail. He's headed off to 7 by the looks of it. Area 4 is actually quite an expensive area. I actually I used to not like getting tails off of tails because it wasn't as interesting, I guess. But after doing stuff like Gomagala, where it's like, oh yeah, you need 3 tails to make a bow, and bows aren't very good at cutting tails. I'm always happy to see tails. And you actually went to Area 5, so my gut instinct was right. Wow. That was literally the perfect attack for him to use there. And now Jackie are in the way, so gonna block my rolls. I'm still confused why sometimes it does like a roundhouse slash with the sword when I press A at the end of the combo, and sometimes it just hits with the shield. I can't figure out what's causing one or the other. I'm trying to break his, like... He's got, like, those spikes around his head. You can break them, but I can't seem to be able to right now. This is the problem with Rage Mode. This is the only time so far this fight he's been fatigued, and as soon as he goes Rage Mode, the fatigue is wasted. Which means if you were a hammer user and you spent a lot of time hitting his body because you'd already built up so much KO that it wasn't worth hitting his head anymore, then you go into fatigue. It's like, okay, he's going to be moving slowly, he's going to be moving sluggishly, he isn't going to be able to get as many attacks out, etc. And then boom, Rage Mode. And your entire like fatigue build up has been just wasted because they decided that Rage should completely override fatigue. Like, you can see he's not in Rage Mode anymore. But he's no longer fatigued, even though he hasn't eaten and regained his stamina. That's something that loads of people have been calling out to be changed. And it saddens me that they haven't changed it. Because it basically means that, like, there's so many shots, like exhaust coating on bows. It's just, you never take it because you build it up on the monster and they just enrage. Because when they are, how do you put it? When they're fatigued, they're moving slower. So you get more damage on them, which causes them to rage quicker. So basically what happens is you put the fatigue on them, they end up fatigued, and then you get a load of damage off on them, and like 10 seconds later they just rage mode and fatigue's wasted. The only way you can make fatigue useful is by using like paralysis meat and stuff. But other than that, it's kind of just a 5-second or 10-second window where the monster's going to move slightly slower. And then it'll just enrage and get rid of all the effects. And then when it comes out of enrage, it won't be fatigued anymore. Which is still something I don't get from like a realistic standpoint. Like, surely if you're out of energy, but you enrage as they do in order to try and protect yourself, which is going to take more energy, surely after all that you should be even more exhausted than you were before. Golden fish catcher, nice. Anyway, just a small thing with the fatigue system that gripes a lot of us. And I still remember when like they nerfed hammer damage just because it had fatigue, but fatigue was even worse than it is now. Like, rage mode would happen almost as soon as they went fatigue. Let's see. What have we got? Got lots of big monsters, so let's keep kicking them off with Lagombi. So this guy's kind of like Baldrum in the sense that his main moveset is dash in a straight line across the room. Oh, report begins. I thought that said report bugs. I was like, wait, did they not update this from the pre-release version? But no, it's report start and report ends. I'm actually surprised to see that it's in this area because I did expect it to be. To be honest, I expected it to be in the snowy area from 4th generation. I'm guessing they didn't bring that map back. They just seem to have brought like the main area from each game back, plus the ones they thought were best in like the desert category. I imagine it'll be the same for Volcano. For some reason they always delay the Volcano. So once Volcano's here, I actually want to see which one it is. I remember all of them, and I really hope it's not second generations. I'll be honest, because second generations Volcano was not nice. Also, I hope it's not fourth generations Volcanic Hollow. I want the third generation Volcano. Volcanic Hollow was really... It kind of seemed like a cheap way of doing it. Oh yeah, we had this other map, Sunken Hollow. Let's just add lava to it, and that's our Volcano this time round. I am assuming Area 8 then. No, yeah, this guy gets an intro. As bad as said intros are. By the way, I'm not just saying like they're bad because, you know, they haven't improved. The ones in second generation were even a lot better than that. Oh yeah, I forgot about that attack. Just sits on you. Oh, he's already in rage mode. Yeah, I'm not having that happen again. And that's gonna miss entirely because I keep forgetting that they move you. Oh dear, they gave you an instant charge as well. Well, that's disappointing. I don't know if he had that before or not. You fight Lagombi kind of late in 4th gen, and you kind of destroy it very quickly because of the gear you have. So, I don't know if he had that instant charge then or not. But it depresses me to see that if they're trying to make monsters harder by just giving them attacks that don't have pre-animations, I don't know, it seems like a cop-out. Not the way they originally designed the game to be at all. Like, on a channel called Extra Play, which is run by the Extra Credits team, the voice actor for the Extra Credits series actually has done a series on the animation of video games, and his core piece was Monster Hunter. It was a 3rd gen game. I believe he was looking at 3 Ultimate. So, and he was talking a lot about how learning the animations would drastically improve your performance against a monster. And yeah, so, and well, he's an animator, so that's why he was making a series on animation. But if a guy who spends all his days animating says that your design philosophy for animation is a good one, can usually bear it's a good one. I'm totally getting slammed here. What? I am so confused. What just happened? Oh yeah, he does this. I don't know. I'm honestly more confused about why that didn't hit me than I am about why they gave him an instant charge. I'm still not using the damn oils, am I? I just realised that. There's probably people watching just yelling at me like, why aren't you using the damn oils? Because the affinity one's probably a fair bit of damage increase. And then there's the stamina stealing one, which I'm not even going to bother with because fatigue's a waste of time. That is so hard to time. Between its slight delay in activation, slight wind-up time you need to hit, and its very small number of iframes, it's a very difficult ability to use. But if it wasn't difficult to use, then it would just be really strong. So I'm glad it has some kind of learning curve to it. Okay, this should be... So, once again, we see a perfect display of what I was talking about. Monster was fatigued, changed his area to go and eat, and instead of eating, just enrages and gets rid of all the fatigue effect. Honestly, I don't think he changed area because of fatigue. I think he changed area because he was just limping. That's still going to hit me even though I dodged it, because the roll. There are also a few attacks in the game that are like, oh, this is going to hit you if you are attacking him, unless you have this one ability. In this case, Tremorez. There's only a few monsters where that's such a big issue that it actually merits, you know, getting the ability just for that monster. Looking at Rajang. Rajang, if you don't have Tremorez, you're kind of fucked. Man, he is not going down. Need to sharpen again. Did he just re-enrage after just coming out of it, like, a split second? Yeah, that time it hit me. Okay. I'm still confused about why it didn't the last time. There we go. I'm still super confused about how I get away with sharpening right in front of a charging monster just for it to slide straight through me and just like kind of push me to the side instead of actually damaging me. That didn't make any sense at all. Even though it benefited me, I like... it feels weird, you know? Because I've never seen that happen in one of these games. I've never had two hitboxes collide in when the monster's doing an attack that would do damage without taking damage. At least not to that degree. So it very much just confuses me. And yes, I know you're cold. I didn't want to waste another hot drink on this fight. So yeah, it's very much similar in terms of moveset to the Buldrome, except he can sit on you and he can jump. Which, I guess in that point isn't making it very similar, but there's similarities, let's put it that way. Lots of charging. Excavator support move. Well, that'll about wrap it up for this episode, I believe. Unless we've got anyone urgently needing to talk to us after that Lagombi. And nope, no one. Oh, we do have Yukumo wanting to talk to us. So we'll quickly go talk to whoever's red in Yukumo. Oh, there's quite a few people. Okay, there's quite a few people, so we're going to do this next episode. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for watching, and have a good time.